Hi guys, welcome back to another Kanani and Weinman YouTube video. Mr. Biel here back with you to do another social skills lesson. We're going to be talking about feeling anxious, or the word anxiety. Now, I don't know if you've heard that before, but we're going to discuss that today and hopefully help you learn not only what it is, but how to deal with it. Okay? First thing we need you to do, though, is to go get a discussion buddy. So go find your mom, your dad, maybe brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, somebody to come and be your discussion buddy. Okay, go ahead and find them. Pause the video. All right, well, I hope you and your discussion buddy are ready, because we're going to jump right on in. All right. Again, the word we're talking about is anxiety, or feeling anxious. Feelings can be really, really complicated. We've done quite a few lessons on feelings and understanding what feelings are, and also understanding what feelings do to us. Because feelings are a lot. We have a lot of different feelings in the world: happy, sad, angry, mad, different things. But those feelings cause us to do certain actions or have certain thoughts. And oftentimes, the feelings and thoughts that we talk about are maybe more negative feelings that might make us do or say or think not good things. So, and that's kind of what anxiety is today. So what we always create these lessons for are ways that when we have negative thoughts or negative feelings, for how to control them. So that's what we're going to get into. But I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. The first thing I want you and your discussion buddy to do is to give a definition, which means write down or talk to each other about what feeling anxious is or what it means. So you're going to put in your words, what is anxiety, or what does feeling anxious mean? Go ahead and discuss. Okay, well, I'm sure you had many avenues. You could have journaled, you could have just talked with each other to come up with what feeling anxious means. Well, feeling anxious is when we are worried or scared about something. That's as simple as it is. We can feel worried or scared about something. This could mean we are worried or scared about something that might happen to us, or worried or scared about what people might think about us. There might be places or people or things that make us feel worried or scared. And anxiety or anxiousness can come inside and make us feel strong feelings and make us think things that are unsafe, or say things that are mean or rude, or just even have negative self-talk, which is never good for us when we are trying to learn or when we're trying to have a relationship with people. So I hope you're able to define that. I wonder if maybe some of your conversation what that was, or maybe you had no idea what anxiety is, but now you kind of know. It's when you're worried or scared about something that might happen or what people might think about you. The next question is, why do people feel anxious? Why does that even happen? Go ahead, pause the video and discuss. Okay, well, I hope you're able to discuss or make a hypothesis about. A hypothesis means maybe a guess. So maybe you made a guess or had a good discussion about why people feel anxious. And what I'm gonna explain why, but the next question I'm gonna ask is, what things make you feel anxious or worried? Okay, so I'm gonna get in first and kind of explain. Anxiety or feeling anxious can happen when we are doing something that's new. So maybe it's going to a place you've never been before. Maybe it's doing a new school lesson on fractions, or maybe you're doing you're doing subtraction, or maybe you're writing and you're learning where commas go or where periods go, and different things like that when you're writing a sentence. Maybe It's reading new words that you've never read before. Those can all cause us to make us feel anxious, right? So I'll ask you, what things make you feel anxious or worried? It might be something at school. It might not be. It might be seeing an old family member that you haven't seen, and maybe when you see them again, it makes you're not sure what they're gonna think about you or how they're gonna treat you, and you might feel anxious or worried about them. Maybe it's going to a friend's house or going to their birthday party, and you've never been there, and you're gonna see new people. That might make you feel anxious. These are all different things that cause us that. So it can be stuff at school, it can be stuff at home. Anything can cause us to feel anxious. But I'll ask you, now that I've given you all those different examples, what things make you feel anxious or worried? Think about what places, people, or things make you feel anxious. Go ahead and pause and discuss with your discussion buddy. Okay, I hope you're able to have a good discussion about what things maybe make you feel anxious. So now that you've talked about it, let's give some examples. If you've felt anxious before, why? What made you feel anxious? What happened? Go ahead and discuss. Okay, I hope you're able to discuss that. And then I'll ask this last question with it. How did you deal with it? When you felt the strong feeling of anxiousness, you felt scared or worried about something, how did you deal with it? Did you deal with it in a safe way? In a calm way? Go ahead and discuss. Okay, I hope you're able to have some good discussion. We've asked quite a few questions. We've asked, what makes us feel anxious? Have we felt it before? And why did we feel it? We asked what happened when we felt it. And we asked, how did we deal with it? Did we deal with it in a calm or safe way? Those are all important questions to ask when we're talking about anxiousness. Anxiousness can happen because sometimes we worry too much about things. We're worried that things are going to go wrong. Like we're going to go to a new place and we're not going to like what happens. Or we're going to go try some new food that we've never tried before and we are worried. Or we're going to go, or your teacher's going to give you a new lesson on something and you're worried that it's not going to go well. These are all things that can cause us to feel anxious. And that can cause us to have negative self-talk where we're telling ourselves, oh no, this is going to go bad, or I'm never going to get this right, or I'm not a very good student, or things are going to go bad, or people aren't going to like me. We say things like that. And those are not helpful thoughts. I want to ask you another question, and have you and your discussion buddy discuss. Have you ever had a friend or seen someone else, maybe a family member, feel anxious? Have you watched them do it? And what happened when they felt anxious? How did they handle it? Why did they feel anxious? And were they calm and safe when they did it? Go ahead and discuss. Okay. Well, I hope you're able to have some discussion about that. Now, we need to talk a little bit more about making a plan of what that means. When we feel anxious, we need to remember it's an uncomfortable feeling. And we don't always know why we feel anxious. But it's good to think about what things cause us anxiousness so that when we have a new homework assignment, or we go to a new place, or we see someone new, or we go back to a family member's house that we're nervous about, that we don't let, so that we are aware of why we're feeling worried or anxious, and then we can talk about it or figure out how to use our plan to stay calm. Okay? So, what we're going to do is kind of come up with a plan to stay calm when we are having anxious feelings. So, I want you to picture this. Let's imagine you have been learning in math class a lot of multiplication, division, maybe some fractions and different things like that. And then all of a sudden you're going to have a test on Friday. And maybe you studied a little bit, but not very much, and then it comes. You're at school on Friday, and the teacher is handing the papers or the test out to you, and it's time to take a test. What might you be feeling? You might be feeling anxious. All those negative self-talk things might be coming. Now what do? We need to make a plan. So I want you to pause the video and come up with a plan to help yourself stay calm when you feel anxious. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, well, I hope you're able to pause. And now I'm going to come up with a plan, and I'm going to see if it's close to what you came up with. And then you can use some of my ideas and maybe some of the ideas you had and make a plan to make sure it's really strong so that you stay calm when you feel anxious, okay? The first thing you should do if you feel anxious, let's say it is using that example of a test on a Friday, that right when you get that test and you start to feel like your heart beat fast, or you get a headache, or you're just starting to feel tense inside, raise your hand and ask your teacher if you can go take a break. And go take a break. Go to a place that's quiet and calm and start using positive self-talk, saying things like, you can do this, or I can ask for help. And say things that are positive to you, okay? Taking time and after that and doing some deep breathing, slowing your brain down, because your brain's like a train engine, and it's going chugga 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 chugga, and it's going really fast, and we need to slow it down so we can calm our bodies and think, because if we are not able to think, we're not going to do well on our test. So we take some deep breaths, breathe in and breathe out, and we do that slowly. So we go take a break, asking to go take a break, using positive self-talk, taking some deep breaths, and then coming back and trying. Maybe you need a minute to go and just imagine you're in your happy place, wherever your happy place is. Maybe that's on a beach somewhere. Maybe that's, in your backyard, listening to the birds, or different things like that. And just imagining sitting back in a place like that can help when you feel anxious. The biggest thing is you need to get out of the situation for a minute, get your body calm, then you can come back and think clearly about how to handle the test. The next thing can be is once you're calm, then you can ask an adult for help. Maybe if you're going to take the test, you can ask your teacher if you can do it. You could do little breaks, like you could do 5 minutes of the test, then you go take a break and calm down. Then you do 5 more minutes of the test, and you go take a break and calm down. Things like that can help also when handling anxious feelings. Okay, I know this was kind of a longer lesson today, but I hope that it helps you think about not only what anxious feelings are, but how we can control them so we can stay calm and be successful at school, at home, or wherever we go, whether we're going to a new place or a place we've been before, whether we're meeting new people or whether we're meeting other people who know us, that we're not worried about making mistakes or what people think of us, but instead we're going to stay calm so we can handle all the experiences that come our way. All right, you guys are going to do great, and I sure hope that you can come up with a good plan to help you when you feel anxious. Have a great day.